In the late 70s, evangelist Pat Robertson had an idea. The largely secular nation of Japan needed to finally hear the word of the Bible. The Christian Broadcast Network worked in conjunction with the Word of Life Press and Ken Taylor of Living Bibles International to change the way the secular Japanese perceived the Bible. A huge part of their effort rested on the animated series SUPERBOOK, which aired in Japan from 1981 to 1983 and lasted 2 seasons. Each of its 52 episodes focused on a different story from the Old or New Testaments. In the first season, which in Japanese is also known as animated parent and child theater, a young boy named Sho and his friend Azusa find a magical glowing book in the attic of his house. The book speaks to the children and sends them, along with their robot friend Gizmo, on an adventure through space and time into the stories of the Bible.
When I opened the book, I didn't know what I was gonna find. I saw the flashing light just coming down. Oh, what a beautiful sight. Then I was flying. Oh, Superbook, I was afraid to look. Superbook, oh, Superbook.
In the second season, which in Japanese is called Personal Computer Travel Detectives, the book falls onto a computer keyboard, giving the children a view into the past through their computer monitor. Their dog Ruffles manages to get lost in time, which prompts their robot Gizmo and Chris's cousin Hisashi to once again enter the Superbook stories and find her. The two protagonists of the first season, Sho and Azusa, keep watch and control the computer from the present.
Initially, we produced the Superbook series to take the Bible and the Bible stories to the Japanese people.
There was a whole ad campaign that was geared that Superbook was one component of.
We're very aggressive about this, hired an advertising agency which helped us repackage the Bible.
According to the Christian Broadcasting Network's official Superbook website, from 1979 to 1981, CBN worked with the advertising agency Young and Rubicam to determine the best way to reach Japanese culture. They determined that children would be the most receptive targets, and that the best way to reach them was by using anime and manga.
The main difficulty was how to introduce 2 kids and a robot into a Bible story, and negotiating that from a script point of view, trying to stay true to the original story.
It happened in the land of the Middle East, and in that culture, that was 2,000 years old, and so there were a number of language, cultural, and era challenges. So we were able to identify some terrific partners who operated a Christian publishing house. A legendary missionary there, Ken McVitie, helped us largely to get the right kind of effect.
CBN implemented a 2-part strategy. They hired the Tokyo-based Yamiko Advertising Agency to promote the Bible, and they contracted Tatsunoko Productions, at the time a top primetime animation company, to produce a cartoon series. The CBN producer, Jason Vinley, was in charge of the Bible content and the representation of that content. The Japanese team helped translate the Bible into the visual language of anime. The show incorporated tropes of earlier anime series, such as a robot and time travel, as a backdrop for its biblical elements. Within the series, the book is referred to not as the Bible, but as Superbook, which can also be translated as time book.
The Word of God stands on its own, and when presented in an appropriate and appealing way, it had power.
And I think that's the real reason SUPERBOOK has so much success, is it's relating spiritual truth and maintaining accuracy to that original story. And that gives it power. That gives it the ability to change lives.
It is unclear how successful SUPERBOOK was in terms of missionizing. Though the number of Japanese Christians has been slowly increasing since World War II, today less than 2% of Japan is Christian. Most of them are found in Western Japan, where missionizing efforts were strongest during the 16th century. SUPERBOOK attempted to present the Bible through the secular packaging and tropes of anime and science fiction. To get kids to watch the show, they washed the Bible down, hoping that the stories themselves would have an impact and lead to conversion. The SUPERBOOK series was originally only prepared for a Japanese audience, but due to its fairly high ratings, it was dubbed into English and also broadcast on CBN in the United States. Since 1983, the show has been dubbed into 40 languages and broadcast in over 80 countries. CBN has recently released a brand new version of SUPERBOOK created using CGI animation. This version also chronicles the adventures of two children and their robot after they get teleported into the Bible. The new SUPERBOOK was produced for both American children and audiences worldwide. The first episode, about Adam and Eve, was released in November 2010. The remaining episodes are to be released in 2011.